Good morning, student. Today we will discuss about coordinative ability or agility and its training methods for the development of coordinative ability. Coordinative ability, it is the ability of the body to perform movement with perfections and efficiency. Okay, coordinative ability is the ability of an individual to perform various movement with perfections and efficiently, or we can say coordinative ability, it is the ability of an individual to do the movement quickly and effectively without getting unbalanced. There are 6 types of coordinative ability: adaptive ability, balance ability, combinatory ability, kinesthetic ability, rhythmic ability, and orientation ability. These are the 6 types of coordinative ability. Adaptive ability. Adaptive ability, it is the ability that enable modifications of motor activity on the base of comparisons or anticipation of new or changing conditions while performing activity. Means adaptive ability, it is the ability of an individual to adjust or completely change the movement on the base of changing situation, on the base of changing or anticipating changing situation, and it depends upon experience. Okay, adaptive ability, it is the ability to adjust or change the movement according change the movement on the base of change or anticipated change in the situation. Balance ability. Balance ability, it is the ability to keep the body or its part in a stable positions. For example, in gymnastic, keeping the body or its parts in a stable positions. Combinatory ability, or we can say combination ability. Combinatory ability, it is the ability to put partial movement together into more complex movement. Okay, combinatory ability, it is the ability to combine one movement with others, that is to combine partial movement together into more complex movement. It is the combinatory ability, or we can say combinatory ability, it is the ability to systematically and meaningfully combine the movement of different body parts for successful performance. For example, in gymnastic, combining various movements with each others so that our performance will be better. In team game, football, etc., means combining one movement with others movement. Kinesthetic ability, it is the ability to realize the kinetic and dynamic features of the movements. Means it is the kinesthetic ability, means it is the kinesthetic ability means learning through learning through feeling, such as sense of body positions, movement, weight, etc. Example, in workout, in gym, etc. Rhythmic ability, it is the ability to realize the rhythm of the movement and express that movement according to that rhythm. Okay, rhythmic ability, it is the ability it is the ability of a sports person to understand the rhythm of a sports, rhythm of the sports, rhythm of the sports, rhythm of the, and execute the movement according to the required movement. For example, in gymnastic, the sports persons perceives the external rhythm given in the form of music and express it in his movement. Orientation ability. Orientation ability, it is practice of coordinative exercise to respond a complex movement and activity. Means orientation ability. Orientation ability, it is the ability of an individual to adjust ability. It is the orientation ability, it is the ability to adjust the body movement on the base of time and situation. Okay, orientation ability, it is the ability to analyze and change the body movement on the base of time and space. For example, in gymnastic, the movement, for example, gymnastic, the positions and movement of the body and eyes, of the head and eyes, and boxing ring, his body movement, etc. These are the orientation ability. So these are the 6 type of combinatory ability. Coordinative ability. Coordinative ability is the ability to do the various movement efficiently and effectively. Okay, coordinative ability, it is ability to do the various movement efficiently and effectively without getting unbalanced, or we can say it is the ability to do the movement quickly and effectively without getting unbalanced. The persons who has good coordinative ability, his movement will be effective, his movement would be perfect and efficiency. There are 6 type of coordinative ability. Adaptive ability. Adaptive ability means ability to adjust, ability to adjust or completely change the movement on the base of change, or anticipate change in the situation. Balance ability. Balance ability means ability to keep the body part in relatively stable position. For example, in gymnastic, keeping his body in a balanced position. Combinatory ability. Combinatory ability is the ability to combine one movement with others. For examples, in gymnastic, combining the various movement with each others. Kinesthetic ability. Kinesthetic ability is the ability to realize the kinetic and dynamic features of the movement. For example, workout in gym. Rhythmic ability. Rhythmic ability means ability to understand the rhythm of the movement and performing the movement according to that rhythm. For example, in gymnastic, understanding the rhythm of the music and performing the movement according to that rhythm of the music. Orientation ability. Orientation ability, it is the ability to adjust. It is the ability to adjust or change the body movement according to the means orientation ability. Orientation ability is the ability to change the position, or movement of the body in time and place in relation to a definite field of action. These are the 6 type of combinatory ability. Next is circuit training. This circuit training is not in your syllabus, but I will explain you what is circuit training methods. This circuit training methods is mainly this circuit training methods. It is one of the methods for the development of various component of physical fitness, whereas it's mainly helps in the development of strength and endurance. Okay, circuit training methods, it is used for development of physical fitness, component of physical fitness, that is strength, endurance, flexibility, coordinative ability, etc. But the main, it's help in the development of strength and endurance. In circuit training methods, in circuit training methods, in circuit training methods, a series of circuit exercises are performed in different station. In circuit training methods, approx 5 to 10 stations are made and 5 to 10 selective exercises are performed on that particular station. Okay, in circuit training method, a series of selective exercise, are performed continuously without any rest in between, at different station or point. In this, it is performed at a small place known as circuit. Usually there are 5 to 10 selective exercises which are arranged in a circuit training methods. At each station, athletes has to perform certain specific exercise. He has to perform exercise, and each station, okay, there are 5 to 10 station, and at each station he has to perform different exercise continuously without any break, and successive station should not have similar exercise. Okay, there should be a different exercise at each stations involving and should not have similar exercise, okay, involving same muscles. This circuit training methods, it may be performed in indoor or outdoor. We can perform this training methods in indoor and or outdoors. And in this circuit training methods, each exercise should be different from the previous exercise, and it should not consist of the same muscle group which were used at previous station. That is, successive stations should have different exercise of different muscle. This is the circuit training. Okay, circuit training methods, it's mainly help in the development of strength and endurance. In circuit training, we make the approach 5 to 10 station, and each station we have to perform different exercise continuously without any break, and each station there should be different exercise, and there should not be of same muscle group. That is, successive stations should have different exercise and for different muscle. Look at here, this is the circuit training. Okay, this is the circuit training. We make a different station, first station, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8. We make a different station. At each stations, the persons perform the different activity. For examples, he perform for arm muscles, he perform for leg squat, again he perform for hand, abdominal, okay, for skipping, push up, etc. These are the different exercises which we perform at different station continuously, and we perform different exercise for different muscle. Circuit training, it should be pre-planned. Okay, circuit training, we should pre-plan the different exercise to perform at different station, and we should increase the difficulty level. Okay, we should increase the difficulty level by increasing the number of repetitions or increasing the number of time. What are the advantages of circuit training? Advantage of circuit training is that it is the best methods for the development of strength, endurance and coordinative ability. A single person's in this circuit training, a single person's or coach can control a number of station or number of athletes. Okay, in in this circuit training, one coach can supervise many students. 5 to 10 students can be trained at a same time. Okay, in circuit training we can train 5 to 10 persons at the same time. In circuit training method does not create boredom. Okay, it does not create boredom because at different stations we use different exercise. In different stations there is different exercise, so it does not create boredom. Maximum functioning of muscles can be gained in single circuit. General as well as specific exercise for the game can be performed. What points should be considered in circuit training? First, the number of repetition at each station. This point should be considered. Number of repetitions. Different exercise. There should be different exercise in the circuit training. Different exercise from the previous exercise. There should be no rest. No rest should be given between the station. Only give the rest only after completing the station, completing the full circle. The durations of exercise at each station should be approx 30 seconds to 2 minutes. This thing we should keep in mind while doing the circuit training. Now we have complete our chapters. Last chapter, training and sports, in which we have discussed about physical fitness, its component and how it can be developed. We have complete our 10th unit, training in sports, in which we have discussed about physical fitness and its component. Physical fitness means the ability of an individual to do his day-to-day activity without any fatigue, and the person who is physically fit, his recovery is fast and quick. There are 5 components of physical fitness, that is strength, speed, endurance, flexibility and coordinative ability. These are the 5 components of physical fitness, in which strength means the ability of an individual to overcome the resistance. Okay, strength means the ability of an individual to overcome the resistance. There are 2 types of strength: static strength and dynamic strength. Static means fixed, so static strength means ability to overcome the resistance from a fixed point, and dynamic strength means ability to overcome the resistance while in motion. In dynamic strength there are 3 types: maximum strength, explosive strength and strength endurance. Maximum strength means ability to act against maximum resistance. It is the quality of the muscle to contract forcefully in a quickest possible time. For example, in weightlifting, he has to overcome maximum resistance quickly. Explosive strength means ability to overcome the resistance with high speed. For example, in long jump, he has to overcome the resistance with high speed. And strength endurance means ability to overcome the resistance under the conditions of fatigue. He is under the condition of fatigue, then also he has to overcome the resistance. For example, in swimming, marathon running, road cycling, etc. There are 3 methods to develop strength: isometric exercise, isotonic exercise and isokinetic exercise. These are the 3 methods by which we can improve our strength. In isometric exercise, we do isometric exercise. Iso means same, metric means length. In isometric exercise, the length of the muscles remain same. In isometric, isotonic. In isotonic exercise, iso means same, tonic means tension. In isotonic exercise, there is same tension in the muscle. And isokinetic, iso means same, kinetic means motion. So isokinetic exercise, there is a same tension continuously in the muscle. Endurance, it is the ability of an individual to do the activity for a long period of time. Okay, endurance means ability of an individual to do the activity for a long period of time without any fatigue. There are two types of endurance, short-term endurance, long-term endurance. Short-term endurance, the athletes has to do the activity for a long period of time with maximum speed. For example, in swimming, he has to do the activity with more speed. And long-term endurance, he has to do the activity for long period of time and the speed is slow. For examples, in marathon running, etc. And there are three methods to develop endurance: continuous training methods, interval training methods, and fartlek training method. These are the three methods by which we can improve our endurance. In continuous training methods, we do the exercise continuously without any break, without having any rest, break or interval in between the exercise. And in interval training methods, we do the exercise with rest in between the workout. We follow the principle of effort and incomplete rest. We do the workout, incomplete rest, workout and incomplete rest as on. Okay, interval training methods, we do the activity continuously with interval in between, interval of incomplete rest between the activity. And next is fartlek training methods. In fartlek training methods, fartlek training method, it is also have to develop the endurance. In this fartlek training methods, we do the activity, we perform the activity in the natural environment. Natural track is used in this types of training. The athlete is free to choose the speed. He may run, walk, jogging, rest, etc. He is free to his speed, and also he may free to choose his length. He may use shortcut, long cut, etc. The things to be kept in mind is that he has to reach the finishing point in a desired time. And fartlek training methods, the distance is 10 to 20 kilometers and time is kept around 1 to 2 hours. Next is speed. Speed means ability to do the activity as fast as possible. How fast you can do the activity. Okay, speed means ability to do the activity as fast as possible. There are 4 types of speed: reaction time, acceleration, speed of movement and locomotor ability. Reaction time means ability to react immediately to a signal. For example, in sprint running, how fast you can react to a signal. Acceleration means ability to achieve maximum speed in a minimum time. How fast you can achieve your maximum speed. For maximum speed, for example, in sprint running, speed of movement means ability to do the movement in a minimum time, how fast you can complete the action. For example, in jumping, kicking, Okay, how fast you can complete the action in a minimum time. And locomotor ability means ability to do the movement with change in directions. You have to maintain the top speed, maximum speed with change in direction. For example, in 200-meter running, 400-meter running, there is change in directions and you have to maintain maximum speed. There are two methods to develop speed: acceleration run training methods and pace run training methods. These are the two methods by which you can develop your speed. In acceleration run training methods, the athletes run 20 to 30 meters with maximum speed. Okay, in acceleration run, the athlete run 20 to 30 meters with maximum speed, and then he take a rest of 2 to 5 minutes, so that there will be the proper rest and proper recovery. And in starting, the few strides should be slow, and after that he should do the long stride. Pace run training method. In pace run training methods, the athletes maintain his speed constant. The speed is constant throughout the activity, and today the treadmill is used so that his speed remains same. And flexibility, it is the ability of an individual to do, it is the ability of an flexibility, it is the ability of joint to move in maximum range. How much you can stretch your joint. Okay, flexibility means the ability of joint to stretch as much as possible. Flexibility, it is two types: active flexibility and passive flexibility. Passive flexibility means stretching your joint with external help, for example with the help of partner. And active flexibility means stretching the joint without any external help. And there are two methods to develop your flexibility, active flexibility training methods. In this training methods, you stretch your joint without any help. In there also there is two type: static and ballistic. In static, you stretch your joint slowly and hold the final position for a few seconds, for example doing chakrasana. In ballistic flexibility methods, you stretch your joint while in motion. Okay, in ballistic flexibility methods, you stretch your joint in maximum range while in motion without any help, for example swinging the leg to the side, upward, etc. And passive flexibility training methods, you stretch your joint with external help or with the help of partner. Last, coordinative ability. Coordinative ability means ability to do the movement effectively and efficiently. If you are able to do the various movement efficiently and effectively, means you have a good coordinative, or we can say it is the ability to do the various movement quickly and effectively without getting unbalanced. There are 6 types of coordinative ability: adaptive ability, balance ability, combinatory ability, kinesthetic ability, rhythmic ability, and orientation ability. These are the 6 types of coordinative ability. And static strength. Strength can be developed through isometric exercise, isotonic exercise, isokinetic exercise, and all of the above. Okay, strength can be developed through isometric, isotonic, and isokinetic exercise. The best training methods for the development of endurance is continuous training methods, interval training method, fartlek training methods, circuit training methods. This is the best training methods for the development of endurance. I think continuous continuous training methods. If you do the activity continuously, and fatigue also, it's have to develop endurance. Fatigue training methods, the athlete perform activity in the natural environment. In fatigue training, the athlete perform the activity in natural environment. Acceleration run methods involve acceleration running short distance at top speed. He has to do the movement with maximum speed. How ability to achieve maximum speed, running short distance at top speed. Circuit training methods are of 5 to 10 selective exercise. In circuit training, we choose a 5 to 10 selective exercise, and there are 5 to 10. We make a 5 to 10 session, and each session there are different exercise. At each session we perform different exercise continuously without any rest.